into Heroes Feast, the D&D cookbook, right here. And if you are watching this live stream, I'm glad you're here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Today we're going to be making Vedbread. It is part of the human cuisine of this cookbook. And basically what it is it seems like stuffed bread. So, popularized in Cordova's frigid northeastern nation of Kernath, this savory dinner bread has staved off numerous famines and sometimes served as an all-in-one ration for the country's living soldiers. Don't ask what the non-living soldiers eat. Traditionally prepared with sharp Ved cheese and presented with onion butter, these crusty buns are served warm. You can sometimes last days on the shelf without the use of magical means or preservatives. Unsurprisingly, this tasty staple has migrated to many different worlds, each adding its own local flourish and embracing it as their own. This particular recipe comes from Lauren's Bakery in Fayrun's village of Red Larch and features mushrooms and cheese from local outlying farms. Pair it with the drippings of skewered capons or golden brown roasted turkey from Drouse Fine Poultry nearby, and you've got yourself a meal. So, and then there's a cook note. You can use equal quantity of stemmed, coarsely chopped shiitake mushrooms instead of creminis. So I just have basically brown bellas. Not as juicy as I want, but it'll still work. So for this, I'm going to need 12 ounces of cremini mushrooms. Got it. I'm going to need unsalted butter. Got it. 2 tablespoons unsalted butter. 2 shallots, finely chopped. Got them. Kosher salt. Got it. Fresh thyme. Got it. 1/4 a cup of Parmesan cheese. Got it. Or Parmesan, however you wish to say it. Parmesan cheese. Freshly ground pepper. Got it. And then for the dough, going to need flour. Got the flour. Going to need baking powder. Got it. Going to be needing sugar. Hey, got it. Going to be needing salt. Already got it. Guerrera cheese. Got it. And then more. I could have sworn I needed buttermilk. Did I? Yeah, buttermilk. Got it. Where are you from? I'm from the U.S. And 1 egg. And that looks like all the ingredients to make sure that I have them. So let's go ahead and start this recipe. I have you pointed down, so if I look like I'm having a hard time seeing you, that's because I am. I want you guys to see what I'm doing today. I don't like this angle. I like using the island a little better. So in a food processor, pulse the mushrooms finely using 8 1-second pulses. So what I'm going to do is I really don't have a food processor. So we're going to go old school with La Blender. So I need 12 ounces. Both of these packs are 8. So 8 plus 8, 16. 8.5 would be 12. I am so sorry to hear about your grandmother. That's hilarious. Well, I hate to say this, but yes, I'm going to be hurting vegetables. There's going to be a lot of vegetables and a lot of grains hurt in today's video. So If you are sensitive to vegetables like the one I just popped in my mouth, good luck. Today's not a day for cows and pigs, but there are plenty of cows and pigs being eaten on my channel. You are more than welcome to watch them. When this replay goes up Sunday, I will gladly hook you guys up with some links. So I don't know if I'm going to fit 12 ounces in here, but we're going to try. Alright. That looks like it's about half my mushrooms. I'm reporting you to YouTube, okay. For a veggie violation. Alright. So chop one. That was not a quick pulse. Okay. So that will not work the way I intended it to work. Whoops. Alright, let me get another bowl. Actually, better yet, we're going to do it this way and skip the whole food processor thing. The one tried and true way that I know to finally chop things. This might be a while. Let's see how you're going to kill them. Yes, it's exactly right for the veggie violation. Well, these mushrooms had a family, and usually fungus do. But the cool thing about fungus is I'm going to call the whole family right now, just like a herd of elephants. You can't only take one mushroom out. You got to take them all out, otherwise they get depressed. Like I said, this is probably going to be the longest part of the video. I'm not really familiar with using a blender. I used to have a magic bullet, but unfortunately I had to surrender it. When I left my old apartment, it was infested because of the neighbors. You gotta love when they get new neighbors in, and the new neighbors are dirty, and they bring their little friends with them. And then their little friends think they can hang out in your apartment. Yeah, it was not fun. So, I'm actually trying to hurry this up some. Remember, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because like videos like this are pretty much only for subscribers. I did not give any kind of warning. I did not advertise or traffic this video. So if you're here, you probably found me on the live feed, or you are a subscriber. Also, if you want to support me, and please support me. This is getting really dicey with the cost of food, having a food channel. My PayPal and Cash App are both in the description. EmberBurnsBlack. If you're one of those weirdos who thinks that you can't send money, I do have an Amazon wish list. And I'm not calling you a weirdo. Weirdos are cool. Now we're getting down to like where I kind of chopped it, I think. I'm actually curious. Because I already have it plugged in. Why not? That's locked. No, that's unlocked. That's locked. Now that I have it. Nope. Which that's actually getting pretty, I like the size of that actually. It's really low, really little. Maybe I need to, I always thought a blender and a food processor were the same thing, but now I'm wondering if it is a little different. Probably. Because I bet the angle and whatnot's different. nope, you stay there. I mean, I can see where it's chopping, just not good. No, it's not really chopping. And I have it set to chop, which is slightly frustrating. Oh well, I gave it a second try, so we're good. So I'm really excited about this recipe. I am liking the human cuisine, and especially with our group, it's really fun because we all like to bring something to the table. So we have these potlucks, and it's nice to have like some kind of definite theme food. And usually, I don't know if this is a blessing or a curse, and some liquid because it won't blend well. I should probably add liquid, but the thing is, this is mushrooms, and I really don't want it blended. I want it chopped. So, which is kind of like what's happened, was I was trying to use the blender as a food processor, and apparently you can't do that. Look at that, all those mushrooms in the lid. So now I just have a chaotic mess. Oh well. Today we have learned something. And that's half the fun. But you know what? That's why I have the chopper, and I love the chopper. So we are getting these mushrooms down fine. Feel the blade. I think the blade might be a little dull too. Let me get a bowl real quick for the mushrooms. This is about, actually there's a thingy on the side. 2 cup. Oh, milliliters, that helps. This is almost 12 ounces. So, and that is coming out pretty fine. So I like the little size of that. So that, and with mushrooms, you really don't want to add liquid, because as soon as you get the mushrooms moist, more so than they already are, they start to break down. Oh, this is going to suck. But we're going to do it. Ugh. Oh, that didn't suck hardly as bad as I thought it would. Look at all that in there. This is an mushroomy mess. Very, very mushroomy mess. Not that, not that. I'm going to take a fork and scrape some of this out. And that looks pretty well chopped. So I like preparing the ingredients first. That way you're not in the middle of something and you're like, oh, I can do this real quick. It never works. It really doesn't. So I like preparing everything before I get into anything. So now that we got the mushrooms finally chopped, I'm going to start work on those shallots, which I know it's still mushroomy, but it'll be okay. It's all going to go in the same pot, I believe. So finally, yep, finally chopped shallots. So pull out my cutting board. I don't need you, so let's move you. Okay, get the cutting board off my bug. All right. And I really like shallots. The more and more I work with them, the more I absolutely just love the flavor of the shallots. They are so much richer than onions. I mean, they're really like, I don't know, the best way to describe them, it's almost like they're a fusion between an onion and a garlic. And sometimes you gotta get that paper off. Especially with the rich color, it's hard to tell sometimes what is paper and what is the actual shallot. But I think we are good. Put that in my chopper. And it won't chop. Oh, what's going on here? I probably had you a little too big for the chopper. Come on, you can do this. What is going on? Is it that clogged from the onion that it's from the mushroom it's not going through? I don't know what to think. I've actually never had that happen with this chopper before. That is insane. So the next one we will chop down a little more. So maybe I didn't get all the paper off. So here we go with the second one. This time it should be a lot easier. It's like not chopping completely. What are you jamming, chopper? There we go. Second shallot. Which I'm really excited about tonight. My favorite homebrew. I get to play my fairy. I'm starting this a little early tonight. That way it has time to cook before I have to leave. Aha! So it's like if you don't get it down enough, it doesn't want to go. Oh, I hate you so much, onion. You're not even an onion, you're a shallot. It's alright, we will get this. Aha! Put some weight on. It goes right through and it jams. Perfect. So those are 2 shallots finely chopped. Oh, I gotta say, I like the taste of shallots. Okay. Let's put that with my mushies. I don't think I need the cutting board anymore, but I could be wrong. Kosher salt, fresh thyme. Let me get to that thyme. Hold on. I actually have a dirty bowl set up. I was making the rest of dinner earlier, so because I don't think these buns are going to be enough. So I have a waste bowl already set up. Haha! I a smart time. So it's only calling for 1 teaspoon. I'm gonna say maybe a sprig or 2. So that doesn't look like a full teaspoon. 2 maybe. Yeah, that looks about teaspoony. But if we're off, we're off. And sometimes this is really hard to chop. Going inward, outward, as fast as I can, pushing as hard as I can, and squeezing it together. That way it doesn't roll on me too much. Even though it still rolls on me, kind of. Woo! And remember, I'm not a professional chef. I kind of got roped into doing this, and I kind of enjoy it, so why not? I'm the same basic mom as everybody else at home, which I think makes this even more special. Oh yeah, that's definitely a teaspoon material. Alright, 1 teaspoon fresh thyme, 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, or Parmesan cheese. Now we discovered that I had a little tiny cup that was the equivalent of 1/4 cup. I gotta find it real quick. And while I'm setting this up, it just saves me time later when I really start cooking. And I believe I have it in here. I do. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's go back to our scheduled program. Sorry. All right. Let's get back in here. Cool. So like I said, oh, I was hoping I could get that, but I can't. 1/4 cup of Parmesan. Woo! And some extra, because why not? Oh, I put that right on my time. I'm gonna cheat here. Sorry. It's so good. Alright. What have I cut on here? Mushroom salads. Yeah, no raw meat. Cool. Okay. Baking powder and sugar I'm not really worried about. Do, however, gotta grate this Gruyere cheese. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead, move that. Scooch that over here. Then I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna grate it right here on the cutting board, because why not? Ooh. Ooh. I have never used Gruyere before. This is kind of interesting. It feels, is it supposed to feel like this? Aged for 6 months. Well, I guess so. So I'm going to go ahead and start grating this, which I'm going to break it up some, and that way it's easier to hold. And this is the part that'll take forever. I probably should have done this before the video, but oh well, we're here now. That's, oh wow, it smells really good. I don't know if I've ever actually used a Gruyere before. Oh, we'll put that aside. If it's too small to grab. Hold on. Not expecting anyone, and I shouldn't have to ask a bunch of kids to subscribe. But it would be nice if they knew I was live streaming. Maybe I just need to put on a no disturb sign on the door. This is going a little faster than I actually expected it to be honest. And if the Gruyere mixes with the Parmesan, we won't tell anybody. It'll be our little secret. We'll go all Bob Ross on it. It's a happy little cheese mistake. Happy cheese. I cannot believe how delicious this smells. I cannot believe how tired my arms are getting. I mean, I'm almost over half the cheese. Well, almost at half the cheese. So it's not that bad. Note to self, I need a better cheese grater though. Because this part is killing my wrist. But I'll use my chest. I got a boob assist. Not everybody has that ability, but hey, it's what it is. Alright, that's a little too small. Now we're halfway through. Not too shabby. And a lot of people like to buy shredded cheese, and I am definitely one of them. But I couldn't find a Gruyere without... I couldn't find it shredded. Let's put it that way. And I actually am quite disappointed because I used to work at a discount grocery store, and lately I've been shopping at another one. And the one my boyfriend has introduced me to is actually a lot cheaper than where I know. So the only thing is they don't have the soda deals that the other one does. And then we're almost done. About a quarter left. This hasn't been as rough as you'd think. I mean, look at that. I mean, just 3 swipes and that's how much cheese I have. I'm sorry I'm quiet, I'm focusing. I also don't want to take off any fingers or skin because that would not be fun, which my pinky's touched a couple times. It's really soft. I mean, it's quite hard, but now that... Whew. this is what I like about lives, is you never know what is going to happen. And it's all real. There's no editing, no extra takes, and I like it that way. Because, you know, when you watch a cooking show, especially Julia Child, she did it in acts, which was really nice. However, it was really unrealistic. So due to the nature of the cheese, this is not going to be exactly the 6 ounces the recipe calls for. And I am super curious. It's really crisp, but it's really good. And some of it might just be a little hard. Oh well. I don't know why I'm slicing it. It's cheese. I just pushed through it. You know what though? As good as that is, I need hydration. I apologize. Excuse me. I also will never have Julia Child's budget. 3/4 a cup of the buttermilk. Let me go ahead and make the buttermilk. I've never been able to find it cold. I've always found it powdered. Where's the measuring cup I had? All right, 3/4 a cup. Okay, I'm gonna put that over here. I don't want to get my cheese moist. And then one tablespoon for every 1/4 cup. Okay. One. 2. 3. Let you dissolve and figure yourself out for a bit. Alright, we got our buttermilk. And I think that's all the prep we have to do for now. Yes, it is. And unfortunately, I have a crock pot sitting on my island. So if I'm running stuff all over the kitchen, you know why. Hey, how are you, Fatima? I'm sorry, Fatima. You pronounced that Fatima. I apologize for my ignorance. Okay. Scooch this over here, maybe. Over here. Excellent. All right. Yes, this is a pigsty now. Of course. So in a food processor, pulse the mushrooms until finely chopped. We skip that. In a skillet over medium-high heats. I know it says skillet. I happen to like saucepans. That way I can get a little crazy with the stirring and I don't have to worry about it. Medium-high heat. I'm going to put it on about 7. So melt the butter, add shallots, and cook. Butter. Butter. It calls for 2 tablespoons of butter. No, I'm not going to use you. You're dirty. Okay. 2 tablespoons of butter. Put my butter aside. Okay. Okay. Melt the butter, add the shallots, and cook. So here's our shallots with just a wee bit of some mushroom left in them. Let's get that butter melted. Which I'm going to need a sturdy spoon, and I've already picked out my sturdy spoon. Which kind of, I don't want to mix that unless I absolutely have to. So let me get this butter melted. Move the Parmesan so it doesn't melt. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the shallots. I love that smell. I love shallots. Like, I kid you not. I have learned the beauty of shallots thanks to this book. Especially lemon and shallots. Oh my God. I think that was like one of the most amazing things I ever tasted. So, wait a minute. All right. So, stirring till they soften for 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and set that timer for 2 minutes. I mean, the food prep alone took me a half hour. Ooh, wow. Was not expecting that, but it is what it is. Some of the shallots are a little bigger than I wanted, but you know what? That's okay. Okay, after this, we're going to add some mushrooms and salt. Let's just wait for that 2 minutes to come up. So while I do that, let me actually move this so I can grab the mushrooms easily. I gotta be really careful about my cutting board because there just happens to be 6 ounces of cheese on it. Usually when I'm moving the cutting board, it's empty. Woo! Don't you dare burn your shallots. Got another minute left on these. Which I think a lot of the food prep would have been a lot easier had I had the food processor. So that's something I'm probably going to have to look into. But that's okay. We've learned. Another half minute on these shallots. Oh, I was supposed to put them on medium, not medium high. Oh well. So it's about 15 seconds left. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add these mushrooms. And some salt. Alright, add mushrooms. Adjust the heat to high. And fully, wait a minute. Cook stirring the mushrooms until the mushrooms release their liquid and evaporate fully about 9 to 12 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and set this on 9 minutes. I can see where the mushrooms are already starting to get moist. And that's what I said a little earlier in the video, is I didn't want to get the mushrooms wet because then they'd start to break down in the moisture. And that's actually looking really good if you can see it. I really like the consistency of these mushrooms. I just hope they're coarsely chopped enough. Alright. Like them patted down, that way they get all that heat in them. Get some hot shrooms. Yeah, I can see actually the liquid is starting to come up over the mushroom. Like I had the little bed of mushrooms made. Like I said, the liquid is starting to... Oh wow, that smells really good. This actually smells like, I can imagine, like, this is what a hobbit's hutch would smell like. I like that smell. It's like a real earthy, oniony smell. That's really... Oh wow, that's really good. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. I am so excited about this. And I'm patting them down to make sure they get the right consistency in cooking. It says stirring continuously, right? Yeah, stirring until they release the liquid and evaporate. Well, it's not evaporating yet, but their liquid is released. So I got about 6 minutes. I'm just going to let you sit and think about your moisture. Oh, I'm hot. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to actually go tie up my hair. Can you see me? I know this is pretty much a, you know what? I should have done this over here so you could see it. I really angled the camera to try to make sure you could see what I'm doing, and I might have done that a little wrong, and I apologize. Let me get my hair up. I'm starting to melt. This is the curse of being Irish. You can't do heeds or sign. There is actually one of the dollar stores that we like to shop at. There's this beautiful, beautiful goth chick. And it can be 102 degrees outside, and her makeup is on point. And I'm just like, how do you do that? And every time she's like, I just got here, I'll look horrible later. Like, she's totally cool about it. But I mean, she puts so much detail and work into her face. Now the liquid's mostly gone. It's not bubbling, and it's starting to dry out. Which, time-wise, I still have about 4 minutes on it. So, and like I said, I'm just pushing this down to try to get the same consistency in all of it. Oh, I see some liquid still coming through. So you haven't released all of your moisture. Come on. Let's get that liquid out of you. When you start talking to your mushrooms the way you would probably not want to talk to another person, that's when they start to listen. I think. I don't know. But we're going to see. So while that is going, I can actually bag up my other mushrooms and put them away. And I know it was something I talked about in my last video. Maybe I should just start going through my ingredients that I have left over and just write out the rest of the week. Like, here's what I do with the leftovers. I might actually do that. I don't know. So we have 3 minutes left. Like these shrooms. I will definitely be using these shrooms. What I like about sliced is usually when they're sliced, they're already rinsed. It's when you get the fulls, you gotta really look out for the soil. Mushrooms away into the fridge for later consumption. And let's check on these mushrooms. Oh yeah, you're getting dry. Yeah, buddy. That is some dry fungus. I'm scraping it off the bottom. I think it's starting to evaporate. Still 2 minutes left. I do like the smell. When I said the smell was great earlier, the smell is better now. Oh, I need a plate. How did I forget to grab a plate? Oh well. Not a problem. I have a serving plate, but I think I've used it. Of course I used it, because I had ham yesterday. I actually made chicken and rice, and it was so bland, I felt so bad. And that was 2 days ago. So for the first, I decided, you know, everyone deserves a treat for enduring that. And we had ham last night with potatoes and broccoli, and it was amazing. And I probably could have just gotten away with taking ham tonight, but I already have everything to make this bread, so here we go. So we have 30 seconds left. I'm just going to go ahead and call it because it looks beautiful. It evaporates fully. Going to add thyme. It's actually starting to burn, is what it's starting to do. Add thyme. Stir until fragrant for about a minute. I actually turned the heat down. So I'm going to call that a minute. Say that it's done. Remove from heat. Okay, remove from heat. Look at that. That's crazy. Remove from heat. Add the Parmesan and stir to mix. So here is our Parmesan. Remember, we might have accidentally got some Parmesan in with our Gruyere, but like I said, happy cheese accident. Happy little cheese accidents. Okay. Next, we're going to spread this out on a plate. Which that is the best. Woo! Get that off the burner. This is actually the best plate I have right now. Like I said, ham dinner last night. Okay, we're going to spread that out. That actually looks like meat, and no part of that is meat. That's actually pretty cool. I like how that is visually. So, taste and adjust the seasonings with additional salt and pepper if necessary. Spread the mixture on a plate and cool at room temperature. Oh, give me a sec, guys. So I actually have, no, I'm not going to use that. I am actually super curious about this. Come on. Little pepper. Oh, wow. That is really good. Wee bit of pepper. Already added salt to it. So I'm going to move this out of the way, let it cool. In the meantime, we're going to preheat the oven to 425. And with the rack in the middle of the oven, oops, we gotta fix that real quick. I'm not sure if the chat died. If anybody is watching, which I know you are because it says you are, I'd like some confirmation that something's happening. Something is happening. Actually, let me see if this button does anything. There we go. I don't know. Usually I have my moderators who can hit me up outside of YouTube and be like, hey, it's not working. So we got this preheating to 425, the rack in the middle. Line a large rim baking sheet with parchment paper. Already done. Or non-stick silicone liner. So then make the dough in a large bowl, which I gotta wipe out my large bowl now. Which it shouldn't be too hard because it was just mushrooms, so all I should need is paper towel. Hey! Hi, Cody! Yes, okay, chat's working. I appreciate it, guys. I don't know what happened. Everyone goes silent. I guess everyone's sitting on the edge of their seats going, oh my god, what is she doing? Alright, that should be good. If we get a little bit of mushroom into our dough, we get a little bit of mushroom into our dough. 2.5 cups. Okay, so in it. Whoa, get that off the burner. Whoa, yeah, get that off the burner. Is it safe there? All right. In a large bowl, whisk together the flour, baking powder, sugar, and salt. Add the grated. Okay, so 2.5 cups of the all-purpose flour. I should have measured that out to begin with, but I didn't. I don't know why. I'm usually better about that. But here we go. Two and a half cups right there. First off, we can see how much the scoop is. Oh, the scoop is about a cup. Cool. So a little less than 2. A little less.
see if this will push it. Push it real good. We're there. All right. 2.5 cups of flour. Let me go check to see what's going on in the other room because it seems like the music has died. And I kind of want to see the Big Bopper live. Really nerdy today, aren't I? All right, so flour, baking powder, which is a tablespoon of baking powder. What did I do with the last tablespoon? Oh well. A tablespoon of baking powder. Okay. Baking powder, sugar, a teaspoon of sugar. So I'm going to need half of what I just put in here with a that looks about to be a teaspoon. There we go. Not too much. I'm really eyeballing it. And some salt. And then whisk that together. Okay. Add the Gruyere cheese, Gruyere cheese, and whisk to continue. Gonna move the whisk. And I guess the moisture that we're going to get out of this is going to be from the cheese. Oh no, we're going to add buttermilk too, so that's going to add some. So 6 ounces of Gruyere, no more, maybe some less. Then we're going to whisk that in. Ooh. It's a lot harder to whisk with the cheese in it. And that actually looks pretty neat if you can see it. I know it looks a little blinding white. And my whisk is not as firm as I thought it would be. And whisk to continue. In a small bowl, whisk together buttermilk and melted butter. Oh, I was supposed to melt some butter. 6 tablespoons of butter melted. So luckily I saved my butter tablespoon. So let's get that done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. still got a lot of time because the oven is nowhere near the temperature we need to get. And that gives me time to stir this cheese into this flour, which is really weird. Okay. In a small bowl, whisk together the buttermilk and melted butter. The butter will clump, which is fine, and add to combine. And then add the buttermilk mixture to the flour mixture. Okay, so I will need a sturdy spoon. This is starting to... This is actually starting to separate some. Alright. Are we having fun yet? I'm having a blast. This is actually fun chaos. Alright, so that butter should be melted enough. If not, I will melt it down some more. Melted enough. So let me go ahead. Actually, what I'm going to do is add that buttermilk. I'm going to add what of the butter is already melted. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Actually, I can probably beat it up with a whisk. I think I can beat it up with a whisk. And I'm just stirring it vigorously, trying to get... Yep, it's all mixed in. Alright, then I'm going to use my sturdy spoon. And this is where it gets down to the wire. I have a half hour to complete this. Ugh, I should have started earlier. Alright. Which is fine. Add the buttermilk mixture to the flour mixture, and with a sturdy spoon, form into a ball. And I'm stirring this all up. And it's, wow, really rough. It said it will clump, which is fine. Alright, stir it into, form a sticky, chunky dough, turns into a flour. Okay. Add the buttermilk mixture to the dough with the sturdy spoons. Stir to form a sticky, chunky dough. Okay. Oh, it's pretty sticky. That's very sticky. So if you guys remember the next part of how I do this. Oh, that is still slightly hot. Give me a sec. Cold water should cool you down a bit. The oven is already ready. That might have been a bad idea. Probably was. All right, got it. You're ready. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call that ready. I'm not comfortable putting this down right now just because of how hot that burner is. I'm actually going to put this aside. go really old school with a tape measure. So, in a small bowl, already got that. Chunky dough, turn the dough onto a floured work surface and knead until it holds together, mostly smooth. Do not over knead, okay? So I'm actually going to throw down what I consider to be safe. And where did I put the flour? There you are. Okay. Just going to flour the surface. Pull my rings off. Give this a good stir. Flour my hands. All right. All right. So knead it. Not cool, not cool, not cool. Shoot. Nix! I need you, honey. Can you come here, please? Quickly! No, come here, come here, come here.
What?
All right, come here. Just come here. I need help. Okay, take that scoop of flour.
What?
Here, in the flour, in the flour. Not a lot of flour, okay? Grab the scoop in the bucket. No, in here. See that little scoop?
Yeah.
All right, fill that up with some flour. Not fill it, but get some flour on the scoop.
Okay.
Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. Not so much. Okay, over here. Over here. Put it on my hands gently. Not so. All right. You know what? That's good. Put that back in there. Much better. Thank you, Nix. And that way, if it sticks to my hands again, I have more flour. All right. Don't over knead. Well, it's kind of hard to do when it's like I get really good at it and then it just starts sticking again. All right, you see right there, it's like I got it going good and then it just starts sticking again. All right, so form a sticky, chunky dough. Turn the dough onto a floured work surface and knead until it holds together, mostly smooth. Yeah, it's pretty together. Do not over knead. Lift the dough and sprinkle more flour underneath it if necessary. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely need more flour under it. Because look at that. It just stuck right to that board. All right. All right. So roll or pat the dough until a roughly 12 by 18 inch. So that's 15 inches. So this surface is actually going to get a little more. I'm going to need more than just the surface, is what I'm getting at. Whoa, okay, hold on. Next, help. Grab the book, please. Grab the book. Shake it off and put it on the kitchen table, please. You know what? This ain't gonna work.
I was calling my first sub sandwich anyways.
I know, you're fine. Go ahead and make that sandwich.
Why do I have these mushrooms?
Cause I just made mushrooms. Look at that, see? That's what happens if you don't flour well enough. Alright.
No, Jib.
Ways I did not expect to use a flat stove. But here we are. Ah! No! Use this so to contaminate the rest of the flour, which thank God I didn't. I can see some cheese in it, which is really cool. Okay, so if I go one way, it doesn't want to do that pull back thingy. So that is about 18 inches. So now I needed to make 12 inches across, which most of it already is. Just got to kind of line it up. Into a rectangle. That's going to be where it's challenging, is right here. Don't you, oh, don't. Woo! Alright, let's see this. I have a feeling that is well over 12 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to push this up some way to make a rectangle. Alright. Oh no! You closed the book! You weren't supposed to close it. Alright. So this did not go as planned at all. But here we are. Okay. Brush any excess flour off the surface. Oh, look at that chunk of cheese that just came up. Okay, I think we're good there.
What are you making?
Spread the cooled mushroom filling over the entire surface of the dough. It will be very thin, patchy layer with the long side facing you. Okay. Okay. With the long side facing me. Oh crap. I did this backwards. Oh well, here we are. We shall figure this out. Alright. Woo! Smell them mushrooms. Then, patchy layer with long side facing you. Roll the dough very tight, even, compact cylinder. Pinch the seams along the end to fasten. So here we go. Come on. Roll it. Roll it. Oh, no. Stay. I'm actually going to cheat some and pull this way because it seems to want to. Or what I can do is take some of that, pop that right there. So then with a serrated knife in a sawing motion, trim off the ends of the cylinder, discard, cut the cylinder into 1 1/4 inch pieces. You should have about 14. And then place on the baking sheet. So move this pin. All right. So cut the tips off, which I'm really being careful doing this on the oven. Keep that in mind. So I guess I have spare dough for whatever doesn't work. It says in a sawing motion, so that's 7, 7. 4, 4. I want to make about, I guess we're going to make 16 rather than the 17 that it says. So that makes 8. I'm going to break it down to 16. Ah, the sawing works a little better. And I'm being very careful not to scratch the top of my stove. Okay. So that's 16 pieces. And then, hold on.
Stop on it, hurry
Okay. Shh. Arrange them, cut side up, the baking sheet 2 inches apart. Okay. So let me get them real up in the corner right there. That's going to be a little one. Doesn't have much there for that one, but that's okay. 2. 3. I should have done this while I was cutting it. 4. And this is what I like. I got this leftover dough here, so I can just pinch it together if I need to. Whoa, that one fell completely apart. Oh, crap. You know what? Hold on. It is really doughy. I don't like how doughy this turned out, but it is what it is.
May I try one?
When they're done, they gotta bake, baby. These actually look like they're going to be really, really good, and I'm really excited about them. And I'm just kind of like squishing them together as it's kind of like, okay, these are a lost cause at this point. Oh well. But you know what? Maybe the bread will form around them, and I will be utterly surprised. Which I actually squeezed that one together, which that might actually be the cure to this, because I don't think I'm going to get them swirly like they are in the picture. Especially what is probably working against me is I have the heat coming off the oven as it's heated up. So, and I don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to stick that right there. Get these. Oh, you know what? I got all this other room on here. 2 more. They might be a little too close together, but it is what it is. If need be, I can cut them apart later. Okay. Next, in a small bowl, beat an egg. Where's my egg?
Welcome to the mental health hotline. If you are obsessive compulsive, press 1 repeatedly.
Hello? Hi, how are you? Okay, so how long does that usually take? Oh, okay. Okay, well, so I should probably hear from you Monday, because would a weekend count? Yeah. Okay. 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 Okay, thank you so much. All right, bye. Sorry about that. That was, remember me? Hey, how are you, girly? All right, so beat an egg and just, woo, not like that. Brush the egg over the buns. I might actually have to make another call here in a minute to tell somebody I'm going to be late picking them up. But that is what it is. And I really think I might have messed this up. Dough is not my thing, and dough is usually pretty hard. Oh, Rory's son! Hey! How are you, Rory's son? It is good to see you, darling. I'm making such a mess of this. But you know what? It should be good. Oh, what was the last thing I made? Oh, the last thing I made was the candy apples, which were delicious. However, the corn syrup was, in fact, I don't know, something was wrong with that corn syrup. So anyway, the apples turned out delicious. However, they were so sticky that they never actually hardened. I'm actually going to try to make another pass at them. This time with a candy thermometer, which I gotta replace. Alright. Oh, it's supposed to add water with that egg. Oops. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to bake these for 18 minutes. Alright. Timer 18:00. Boop. 18 minutes. So, cool the buns on the pan for about 5 minutes. Transfer them to a wire rack to cool. Brush a light coating of truffle oil if using, which I never covered because I can't afford truffle oil. Serve warm or at room temperature. Store leftover buns in an airtight container at room temperature and reheat them in a preheated 300-degree oven for 8 minutes before serving. So guys, I thank you for watching. This has been one to definitely remember. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Definitely need your watch hours, guys. I am a third of the way to getting monetized, a third of the way to getting partnerships. It all depends on you. So let's keep this going. Again, I love you. Thank you. I'll see you later. Oh.